decides to get up before me. She grabs me nail polish, me scented soap, that big bath towel I have. She sat in that bath with lather up to her neck, using my salt, singing a flaming ode off to my flipping tranny. Oh, I'm sorry to be such a nag, Elsie, but obviously one of us has got to go. I can't carry on sharing a room with Miss Susie Wong up there.
Look, I've got an idea.
Anything?
Well, it's not exactly brilliant, and it would depend on a bit of give and take on both parts.
Well, I'm willing.
Well, I've got a front parlour out there. How about one of you giving it a try?
Yeah, of course they play ball. Yeah. Well, I mean, look, take the plumber, Fairclough. He's not going to go leading any crusades, is he? Not if he knows there's a nice little contract in the offering. Yeah. Oh, the councillor, Roberts. Well, he's in the trade himself, isn't he? He can see all the angles. Now, Joe, look. If there's any fuss from the residents, it's these guys that'll be doing the talking. Yeah. Right. Well, now we've got them all stitched up, we're on the way. Yeah. Yeah, I'll keep in touch. Yardley Developments. That's your firm now, is it? Yeah, OK, mate. Cheers, Joe.
Oh, Mr. Baldwin, you're a messy devil. Look at the muck you made on your papers. Didn't your man never have no saucers?
Oh, lucky to get cups in there, else.
Hello? Isn't that our street?
Your street?
I'm sure I've seen Coronation Street.
That's so?
Is it, somewhat hush-hush like?
Well, it is pretty confidential. Something that I wouldn't like to get out. Negotiations being in the very vital stage, so to speak. We're planning an ice rink.
In our street?
Shh. Where else?
No, I'm sorry, Elsie. I just wouldn't be happy in here. It's like a flipping morgue.
All right, calm down. So, I haven't used it in ages, and it does look a bit like a glory hole. But get out some of this accumulated junk and get it decorated a bit of paper, and it's going to look...
Hey, what's all the row about?
Row? I'll tell you what the row's about. I've just had a glorious daydream of days gone by, before I was invaded by you two Kilkenny cats. And all I had to worry about then was our Dennis sitting gorillas in the sink.
So?
So, making no bones about it, I'm splitting you two up. And one of you, and I don't care which one, is coming down here.
Well, I'm not sleeping down here. It smells all mouldy. Well, I'm certainly not being shoved in here. It's you that's complaining, sweetie. Yeah, but it's last in, first out, surely. I mean, I've had the room longer than you.
Oh, yeah? What about all those years of Shadwood Girl before you were even
All
heard of?
right, shut up, the pair of you. We've got to get this thing sorted out, and screaming and shouting at one another won't sort it out, will it?
Tell you what, Elsie. I've had an idea. You being the oldest, why don't you move down here? Same with the stairs.
Hey, you madam. Be very, very careful. Older I might be, but my temper hasn't changed.
Well, however we choose to describe Mrs. Slater, I must say I found her quite pleasant, and she certainly does quite well on the telephone.
Well, she would, wouldn't she? You don't get fellas spending the brass cursing and shouting at them. The old dulcet tones and honeyed words.
Oh, Mrs. Walker, I wonder if I could be on a flyer tonight. Tis my night off.
Perfectly all right, Fred.
Only Maureen's been on the blower. Thought I'd take her for a nice meal. Is it all right?
Best bib and tucker, eh? Down the East Lancs in the old gas guzzler.
All I ask, Fred, is that there should not be a repeat of Monday's performance.
Performance, Mrs. Walker?
3:30 a.m., doors banging, toilets flushing.
Miserable old cow. Hey, there would be a row if I didn't flush the toilet.
Well, knowing you.
Hey, you can drop dead and all.
Oh, charming. I can see why the talent come rushing. It's your dazzling repartee.
I've got you, Tape Lynch. You thought it was for the bum's rush, didn't you? It knocked your cork leg when Maureen gave me a bell.
Give you Big Ben for all I care.
You thought I was on the right sickening, didn't you? Hey, all I've lost and gotten out for it.
I never doubted her for a minute. A big spender like you. I wish I had a fellow who'd travel 50 miles.
50 mile? It's nowhere near 50 mile, Lynch.
Oh, it's not a cockstride, is it? To Warrington and back.
Warrington? Who said I'm going to Warrington? Oh, no, you got it wrong, Lynch. She's coming here. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. Hey, you'd look well, you with a pipe in your gob. You look like Popeye. Popeye, Lynch.
Without a word of a lie, as true as I'm standing here. An ice rink.
Have you heard this?
Did what?
Hildereg's is going to be an ice rink.
An ice rink round here. Can't see it. Have you heard up, Len?
Heard what? Give us a
About
box of
this
matches
ice
with it
rink.
on. Hey?
ice rink where you skate.
Get off.
I'm telling you. I've seen the plans.
Plans? Where would you see plans?
I've seen them at Mike Baldwin's. I said, what's them? And he said, an ice rink.
Oh, them plans. Yes, I've seen them and all the council plans.
For an ice rink, when they're cutting everything else to the bone?
Well, an ice rink's all right. I used to go skating myself. Used to be a rink down Cheetah Mill. Mind you, I was more of a roller skater. Oh, best in our street, and that were one-footed. If I'd ever got hold of 2 roller skates.
I think they're pulling your leg, Hilda.
Why not, you know? It's for the old folk, isn't it? The ones that can't get about. I mean, there was Stan and Hilda, Albert Tatlock. I might even get down there myself, you know, doing my triple wheelies, or whatever they call them.
Triple wheelies? You can't even come down flipping stairs without spraining your ankle.
Now, that's where Baldwin's got it cracked. He's expanding the factory now. They're going to start making crutches and splints.
Oh, aye, that reminds me. The wholesalers coming in. We want some helmets, some knee pads, some plasters.
Yes, very clever, very droll. Only thing that needs crutches round here is your flipping jokes.
I ask you, Hilda, ice rinks for heaven's sake.
Well, I might need my bumps read, but I did see a plan. And when I see something, I see it.
So I think it's the joke factory, eh, Vera? Anything going in the way of jobs?
Not a lot, Petal, no.
Hey, don't be so flaming forced, Duckworth. What about handbag Sammy? He's taking on, isn't he?
Oh, aye, he's always looking for a good saleswoman, you know. He's doing a right good line in corsets these days. Do you sell corsets, do you reckon?
Yeah, I could. I sold Twiggy a pair once.
What I'm after, Mike, is a place with a touch of elegance, you know what I mean? Not too expensive, but it's got to have a little bit of class, you know what I mean? A few little tables in the corner, candle in the old bottle.
Jackson's chippy.
I'm taking out a bit of class, Lynch. If it was you, it'd be fish chips and mushy peas, eh? I'd get what I want at all. What are you doing there, you?
What do you mean?
Hey, that's mine, that. Leave that alone.
Petrol, 23.85.
Give over it, that's fine. Give me that book back.
Tickets for flicks.
Lynch, will you give me that book?
Fetching Rover from Police Pound plus bus fare.
It's my tax, isn't it?
Yeah, tax. Pull the other one. It's what you're chucking away on the Warrington High Flyer.
Mind your own business.
80-odd quid. Come on. Own up and assist. That's the damage so far. Check.
Right, and you can add 20 quid to that if you're taking her for a meal somewhere classy.
Well, when you're pulling the bird, you don't count the coppers, do you, Mike?
Not if she's worth it.
Right, a carjack would want Dolly Parton for that. No, it was just the way they all jumped on her. I mean, obviously she'd seen something, and I think she knew what it was she'd seen.
A nuclear power plant, cruise missiles.
Go on, send me up like they sent Hilda up.
I know, a fallout shelter for the big bugs on the council. Sit there sacrosanct while the rest of us incinerate.
It's all right. You get off to your committee meeting and don't expect any tea when you come back.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, though, I'll be at the town hall this afternoon. I suppose I could pop into the planning department.
Oh, no, it's too late now. You can't get around me like that.
Yeah, well, I would need that miniature camera, I suppose. You know, the one I keep in my tyre. Where do we put it?
Any more cheek, Barlow, and I'll land you one.
Yeah, no, honestly, I'll make some inquiries, see if there's been any change of use or anything applied
Right.
for, right? Oh, and I'll meet you tonight on the Red Wreck, and you will say to me, are the tulips in flower? And I will say, tulips, you must be...
I'm warning you.
Oh, morning.
Hello, Mrs. Cottrell. Getting on all right, are you?
Looking at it from every angle, I think it'd be a good idea.
Oh, don't you start taking their side.
Look, I am not taking sides. I know it's peeving you. It'd peeve anybody.
Of course it's peeving me. OK, I can see Elsie's got a point. But you can bet on one thing, Susie won't budge.
Well, let her stay up there. I mean, looking at it practically.
You just don't understand, do you, Eddie?
I'm just trying to be practical, that's all.
I'm having my strings pulled, can't you see that? I'm being manipulated. It's a matter of self-respect. I mean, why should she be able to swan back from London, do this cuckoo act and knock me out?
Oh, come on, it's not as strong as that.
Well, I feel it is. And if Miss Fancy Draws is going to be as difficult as this, I am and all.
Look, I don't see you've got much option under the circumstances.
How do you mean?
Well, I can't see Elsie kicking out her little pet, can you?
No, I can't. I'm not daft. Obviously, Elsie's got a soft spot for Susie, the two of a kind, I suppose. Well, Elsie can please herself. Oh, listen, Eddie. Maybe I'm not thinking straight. And I know it's going to make things hard on us, but all this argy-bargy's got me so knotted. I've decided that the best thing to do is to go back to Bury and stop with my mum. Well, I'm sorry, I can't see any other solution.
Hello. Where's Marion?
Gone back to work.
I've only got about 10 minutes myself. You know, I went to the cafe down the road for a bit of peace and quiet. And would you believe it? 2 lorry drivers start having a barney. Changed her mind, has she, then? Marion, about moving down here.
Oh, not so you'd notice.
Oh, pity. I got the impression you were sitting there choosing the wallpaper.
I've told her I'll pitch in with the old paintbrush, as long as I've got your permission.
Of course you have.
It's not a question of the practicalities with marrying, though, is it? It's a matter of pride.
Is it?
Well, she sees it as an issue. Who gets their own way? Her or Mata Hari?
Look, let's get it straight, Eddie. Marion started this. She made it an issue. Susie was quite willing to share.
Maybe, but I mean, it was Marion's room in the first place, and now she's being shoved out. She thinks the whole thing's been cocked up by crafty knickers. You know, if she makes enough of a pest of herself, Marion will go on her own.
Oh, I don't think Susie's as crafty as that.
Well, it's either that, Elsa, or when it comes to the crunch, she's got the blue eyes round here.
Oh, come off it. That's all baloney, and Marion ought to know that and all.
All right, it's baloney, but that's the way she feels. She feels hurt. She feels she's got the mucky end of the stick.
Look, I'll tell you straight, I don't want Susie down here because I can't trust her. The moment she's sussed out the pros and cons, she'd have every Tom, Dick and Harry in here. And on the other hand, I just can't chuck her out on the street, can I?
Well, I wish you'd tell Marion that, because she thinks her strings are being pulled by a right little clever club.
I will tell her. Give me a chance. And he thought of the idea this morning, and then the storm broke and took the wind right out of my sails, didn't it? I thought Marion would see the advantages right away. It's a much better proposition than upstairs.
I've got to hold my hands up, I agree with you.
Well, why don't you try selling it to Marion, then? Tell her it's a place to be on your own. Well, me and the Oggies aren't playing gooseberry to you.
Well, I did sort of touch on it, you know.
Well, don't just touch on it, harp on it. Hire a brass band. Start painting the clouds with a bit of sunshine. Look, just think of it. You get it decorated, a nice bit of carpet, a new couch, and hire a TV set. I mean, it'll be a start for you together. A place to put your little bits and bobs, won't it?
Do you know, you're absolutely right.
Yeah, all right, then sell it to Marion, hard. And if you're doing that this afternoon, get them cobwebs down from up there and light a fire in the grate. Use your loaf, Edward.
Hey, Els, how's this chimney for sot?
Very well blessed, I should think.
Fancy a top-up, mate?
Ah, should have been away 5 minutes ago.
How about it being spiced up with a drop of the hard stuff, eh?
You'll have me falling off my ladder.
Oh, picking the old winners, eh? You know the worst thing in the world, then? Picking a winner and not having the bread to back it, you know.
Must be tragic.
Tragic? Diabolical. There's me there with that right little goer.
What, the Warrington Flyer?
You've heard about it, eh? A right signer. And there, I've pulled the bird. Got the passion wagon all ready, but I've got no bread, have I? Don't mind the petrol so much, but when the fuzz rip you off for several score...
Well, you'll just have to give the elbow if you can't afford it.
Yeah, it looks like that. The only thing is I've just got enough for one night, Len, you know what I mean? And it's got to be the night. Do you know what I mean? The night.
Best of British.
Look, Len, I don't want to sink the ship for the want of a tar, you know. I thought I would plan something rather special. Little candlelight supper for two, little cosy little corner, know what I mean? Only thing is I can't afford anything too classy. I thought of the Nelson, you know. It's not going to impress anybody, that, is it? No, I thought that maybe a mate of mine might just slip me the odd tenner, you know.
Well, it's either that or a tin of liver salts. Knowing the Nelson. See you, Fred.
I hope you do fall off your ladder.
You were saying? You were at the town hall?
Yeah, well, it was just routine matters, you know. And I bumped into Bill Wadsworth.
Oh, he's the planning officer.
Yeah,
right?
he's the fella that's looking after your project.
The consortium's project?
Yeah. Well, anyway, we got talking, me and Bill, and I discovered that there is a meeting tonight, so something could break for tomorrow morning.
Yeah, well, he doesn't see any problems, does he?
No. The only problem might be, could be the parking. I mean, that could come up in committee. You see, you've got Maudsley Street, you've got Crimea Street, and you've got Coronation Street. Now, given you're pulling the crowds...
Oh, here's to the crowds.
Yeah, well, I'll drink to that as long as you find the way to my shop. No, you see, there could be a bit of congestion, though. If folks stick the vehicles down side streets, which they will, because there's no yellow lines.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, I can't see any problem about parking or anything else, can you?
Not really, no.
I mean, who's going to complain? Are you? Is Len?
He'll have his estimates in me now, I bet.
Yeah, but who else is there? I mean, you may get the odd person wanting to get the moaning, but...
Yeah, well, you always get moaners.
Yeah, well, I tell you this. If any of the punters do start moaning, they better know what they're talking about. because there are some very determined people behind this project.
Now, Fred, face it, you've been stood up. She's not coming. She's had a better offer.
Well, let's face it, she can't have worse, can she?
Oh, drop dead.
Ain't Romeo got a date, has he?
You better believe it, kid. She's coming hot foot to see him from the wilds of Warrington.
Get off.
As I live and breathe. And don't look now, but the stagecoach has landed.
Excuse me, is Mr. G available, please?
My dear, how nice to see you again. Bet, dear, will you get Mrs. Slater's order on the house? I'm sure you can do with a drink after your journey. Train travel is such a trial these days, isn't it?
Me journey?
Was it Wells Fargo or is it Pony Express these days from Warrington?
No, I came on the bus this morning to see Doris, my girlfriend. So I've been down in Weatherfield all the afternoon. Still, I'll have a gin and tonic if you insist.
Oh, I just pop out for a minute and there you are. I'm glad you could come, darling. Isn't she gorgeous?
Shut up, he'll have me blushing.
I shouldn't have a drink. It will make it tracks, eh?
But Mrs. Walker's very kindly offered one on the house.
Oh, well, if it's on thous, get it down your neck. Look, I've had a terrible time finding a nice place to book. Well, all the ritzy joints are fully booked up, you see. But I managed to find a place. There's an old pal of mine. It's called the Nelson. It's, you know, it's not too flashy, but, oh, chef. Those sauces, oh, magnifique. Right, your carriage awaits. Don't let the prawn cocktails go cold.
Bye, all.
Toodles pip.
Toodle pip. Talk about mugs wanted.
Women or horses, it seems to be Fred's fate to pick losers.
Well, let's face it, love, there's no heartless self, is there?
What's going on? What are you doing?
We just sat here weighing things up. Do you mind?
Why should I mind? Hiya. What's the score with the lovers?
Oh, Marion's decided to move in there. She's bringing her bed down as soon as Eddie's fixed it up.
Oh, have I cracked it? Haven't I?
Yeah, sure, you cracked it. 3 cheers for you, Birchall the Terrible.
Oh, come on. She started it criticising. Anyway, how come she changed her mind?
Oh, she knew when she was beaten, didn't she?
And am I crowing? Am I?
I'll tell you something, Mary Ellen. You've got nought at all to crow about. Because Marion's got the best of the bargain. As well she knew as soon as she calmed down and got things in perspective.
OK, I promise I shan't crow.
Where's she go?
Just to say, I'm not crowing.
How's that fire going?
Hey, it's great. It's done, smashing.
Ah, well, hutch up. I feel like toasting me tootsies.
Come on, we can hutch up. No thanks.
Hey, you can't whack this, can you?
Oh, it's great.
Hey, fix that freezing bedroom into a contest.
Hey, stop crowing.
There we go. Home sweet home. Sunny Warrington.
You're not in a rush, are you, love?
No, I'm in no rush. To tell you the truth, I'm a little bit potty about it.
Oh, yeah. Hey, listen, I'll just nip up and see my Auntie Phoebe's gone home.
You know how I broke up about that meal.
Were you?
Yeah. The Nelson, it used to be a real good nosh house at one time, you know, but there I go. Managements come and managements go, don't they? Your Auntie Phoebe?
Oh, don't worry, it's just a precaution. Being a bit old-fashioned about fellas and that. She'll have gone because she has to catch her last buzz. So, once our Marlene's in bed.
Your Marlene?
My daughter. I mean, she's 12, I can leave her, but my auntie likes to come and, you know, keep her company. So, you just hang on here, love, and I'll nip up, see if coast's clear. OK?
OK.
Maureen! Auntie, what's up?
I'm looking at Bob.
Oh, how'd you come to do that?
He went early. He wants reporting, that driver.
He wants locking up. I'll go and see my boyfriend. I'll give you a lift. Hang on. Fred, me Auntie Phoebe's missed her last buzz.
I gathered.
You couldn't give her a lift, could you, love?
I'd be ever so obliged.
Well,
She lives near Latchford Locks.
well, how far's that?
t'other side of Warrington, about 8 miles, I'd say.
8 miles there, 8 miles back. I don't think I've got enough juice.
Oh, I'll pay for petrol.
Oh, I suppose so. Look, you'll be here when I get back with you. I mean, you won't have fallen asleep. You know what I mean?
I don't know, love. I tend to drop off a bit quick. Think we'd better leave it tonight.
Leave it?
I'll phone you next week.
There's no point in phoning next week. I can't afford it next week, can I?
The week after, then?
That's no good. It's costing me a flipping fortune, is this lot?
I'm sorry, love. I can't help where I live.
Well, it's all right being sorry. I'm more than flipping sorry, aren't I? It's creasing me, is this lot. I mean, it's all right. You don't run these things on fresh air, you know. It takes petrol. You've got to be a millionaire to keep this up.
Hey, where you going?
Tara!
I've got your money. Come on, I'll phone you a taxi.
Come on now, let's have your glasses, please.
Well, if you ask me, I think it's time we did have something round here. I mean, if you want a night out, what have you got? The Orinoco, and that's it.
Yeah, well, one den of vice and iniquity is quite enough. You speak for yourself, Hilda.
It won't be a den of vice and iniquity.
More's the pity.
It's a wine bar and disco. A civilised night out on your own doorstep without that traipse up to town.
You won't be saying that when you fancy a quiet night in and you've got all that music booming down your ear holes.
Give over, Deirdre.
Give over nothing. You haven't got a 6-year-old kiddie to worry about, have you?
Tell me something. How did you get wind of this?
You just told me.
You didn't seem very surprised.
Well, that's natural enough. She knew because I told her.
I see.
And the reason I knew is quite simple. I've been given the job of putting a tender in for the plumbing, right?
All becoming very clear.
Yeah, it's quite clear which side is bread's buttered.
Have you lot no homes to go to, or what?
Tell me something, will you? How did you get to know?
Well, I heard a whisper, called in at the town hall, asked to see any recent applications, and lo and behold, there it was. Some outfit by the name of Yardley Development.
Yeah, I thought they could kid us, Kenneth, all that stripe about ice rinks.
It appeared in the Gazette. A notice went up on the door.
Yeah, very small notice, Albert.
There were the usual announcements as per bylaws, with time limit for objections.
Look, Len, you've got to admit that all this has been kept pretty quiet by people like yourself and Alf Roberts, who are obviously going to profit from it.
Yeah, it's a dodgy business all round, and something ought to be done. Steps should be taken.
Here, here.
And we return to the street tomorrow at the same time. After the break, Emmerdale.